I'm nervous. All right. So my name's Kiara. I don't really have an intro or nothing, but I hope that by the time I'm done, y'all know me a little bit better. And I'm gonna just kind of let my first poem speak for itself.
Y'all say bad hoes?
Bad hoes. Testing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna just jump straight into it. Four things that are not my fault. 1, I don't think my father ever really wanted kids, and most days he acts like he doesn't have them. Over the years, I've learned to forgive being forgotten, convinced myself that having half a father is better than having none at all. He called me a few months back, asked me why I rarely answer his phone calls anymore, and I told him, I'm not too fond of making small talk with strangers. He tells me he could focus on fixing our relationship if it weren't for his depression or his divorce or his daddy's daddy, and we just haven't spoken about it since then. I guess now he's waiting on me to fix something I didn't break too. The first time I remember seeing my mother cry was when I was about 8 or 9 years old. Her and my stepfather were doing their usual, screaming at each other at the top of their lungs. We left home that night and returned a few days later to a house with no furniture and no refrigerator, but it didn't even matter because there was no more him either. He trashed the house as if to say, your life is gonna be a mess whether I'm in it or not. And I was happy to pick up the pieces if it meant we would finally have some peace. But not too long after we cleared the wreckage, my mother gathered my sister and I to let us know that they were getting back together. I still have to smile at him at my little sister's birthday parties. 3, the last thing my ex ever said to me was that he couldn't love me anymore. I didn't see that as a reason to leave because I swear I had enough for the both of us. I guess I picked up my mother's habit of being good to people who would never be good to me. Have you ever written a poem about someone? I guess I picked up my mother's habit of being good to people who would never be good to me. Have you ever written a poem about someone whose name you can't even say out loud? 4, experts say that childhood trauma leads to difficulties in relationships and negative feelings about the meaning of life. I say memories go a long way, but so do apologies. I've never gotten any of those, but 4 things that are somehow my fault. 1, I will never give the man I love a child. My biggest fear is giving a man a family and him deciding that he doesn't want it anymore. And I refuse to be left alone to raise a man when I've never seen a good example of one. 2, I have an affinity for men who lack affection and a natural liking for fighting below the belt. I'm the one a nigga can always run back to no matter how many times he walks away with all of my stuff. Who am I to try to break the tradition? 3, I look for pieces of past lovers in every new guy that I meet, arm him with reasons not to love me, and act surprised when every argument turns into a shootout. Self-sabotage my way out of another possible heartbreak. 4, I'm rough around the edges, trying not to be defined by the darkest parts of me, but absolutely angry. And these days, I only talk about happiness reluctantly and resentfully, as if it abandoned me too. As if it were the one who would never choose me back. But if you asked me, I would say that I'm over it, and you would believe me, because I don't look like what I've been through. And if we can be honest, when lies are the only thing holding you together, who even really cares to know the truth?